High Def 10 for $5 drops in, says, what do you think of Denzel Washington playing Hannibal? He was a Kang.
He was a Kang.
I'm a big fan of Denzel Washington. I'm
Me
a
too.
big fan of the director. I'm a big fan of everything that they do. Not a big fan of Denzel taking on this particular role. For one, he's too old, and he's not right the ethnicity, the right ethnicity. Great actor, not great fit for the role. The one who should have played Hannibal is the one who tried to play him for many years, namely Vin Diesel. He looks closer to what the historical Hannibal looked like, but again, that's too late as well because he also aged out of the role.
So, just real quick for those that don't know, High Def is not referencing Hannibal Lecter.
No,
he's referencing Hannibal, the
Hannibal
historical
the
figure
Hannibal with the
from
elephants, Napoleon
from
and
Carthage, Carthaginian. Carthage, for those that don't know, was Tunisia, right? Essentially, so Phoenician, Tunisian, fell to Rome. That's what it is. So he's of that of that
lineage.
ethnicity, not black.
Yeah, North African, and North African is not black. That's sub-Saharan African is like black. So
Well,
yeah.
As far as Kane goes, I mean, first of all, why would you cast somebody who's 30 years older than the last actor, which makes no sense? And after some people are like, oh, just so you can kill him off. It's like, you don't hire somebody like Denzel Washington just to kill him off.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
And I'm starting to wonder because there was early rumblings with the X-Men thing about the Esposito guy or whatever the hell his name is from
Giancarlo Esposito.
Yeah, Giancarlo and Denzel taking on Professor X and Magneto in the X-Men. And I'm kind of like two sides of that because it's got, and I've brought this, I don't know if I brought it up here, but like, I don't mind race swapping as long as it makes sense. And both of those actors are great actors, and I think they can handle it. And the other side of it is we're so far removed now from World War II, it's kind of difficult to have characters from that era now. So to like set them during the civil rights era would probably make more sense. And you could use similar tropes to those eras in a sense, and kind of have basically like Professor X be like a Martin Luther King figure, and Magneto be more of a Malcolm X figure, because that's kind of the way they went in the comics down the road when they
have the Kent State Massacre and all that.
Yeah, and all that kind of stuff. Like, I mean, there's ways you can work that in there, I think. Now, some people are going to be resistant to that, but to me, I think it's all about the execution and the gravitas of the actors that you've chosen, right? Like, that to me is the bigger thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think you should keep them as they are, to be fair.
I don't disagree with you to a point, but I mean, at the same time, it's like, in reality, these characters would be in their hundreds at this point. Like, that's the problem we're getting to.
Yeah, but I mean, so just to bring it back to Hannibal as a historical figure, with some people saying historical figures should never be race swapped. I actually agree with that. Especially
that I have a bigger issue with,
Yeah, especially if the movie is supposed to be historically accurate. Like, it's not like a weird drama movie where they're just making shit up, right? You know.
Wait, you don't like a black Anne Boleyn?
No. And the reason why, so the moment you say stuff like this, people go, you're racist.
Me?
You're stupid. No, you. Anyone. Anyone that says, well, you're racist for saying you don't like people changed. No, you're stupid. Because at the end of the day, the issue is that these forms of media have become educational tools for younger generations. And so the problem is, and it's a massive problem, is that you're wiping history. That's literally what happens when you do this. You wipe history, and people don't understand. And all you're going to do is then fall down a path to repeat certain things. Like, no one's no one should ever experience the bigotry that has been held throughout history and that we've moved so far away from. No one should ever have to feel that again. But because people are wiping historical accuracies from the map, you don't have any respect for how far you've come. And as such, you're doomed to repeat the mistakes, which is a serious problem. You know, people think everything's racist nowadays. I mean, there you go. Like we've never had a period of time where things have been less racist than currently. But people think everything is racist. I mean, what does that tell you?
Yeah, this is the irony.
Crazy.
You know, it's just nonsense. So, yeah, I don't think people should be changing historical figures, quite frankly. You know, you don't have, people do get a lot of their historical knowledge from stuff like this. It's not educational tools, but it's still important. So, yeah, there you go. Anyway, shuffle on from that. But thank you so much for that high def, my dude.